Picture this. You're standing in the ashes of a life you thought was yours, heart in pieces, trust shattered. But what if I told you that the betrayal that broke you wasn't your end? It was the spark to ignite the life you were destined to live. Buckle up, because this question isn't just going to linger in your mind, it's going to set your soul on fire. What if the pain you're feeling right now is the forge where a king is made? You came to her with open hands, didn't you? No games, no pretense. You poured out loyalty, protection, and the kind of devotion most people only dream of. You gave her your all, a currency so rare it's worth more than gold. But like so many who stumble upon treasure they didn't earn, she didn't see its value. She called your strength softness, your patience weakness, your consistency something she could toss aside. And when she thought she could level up, she walked away without a second glance, leaving you bleeding, mocking you for loving her too deeply. But here's the truth she'll never grasp. Heartbreak doesn't bury a king. It resurrects him. Every scar she left, it's not a wound. It's a map to your future. Every tear you shed in the dark, it's forging armor no one can pierce. Every sleepless night spent wrestling with why, it's a sacred pact with the universe. I will never break like this again. She thought she ended you. Oh, how wrong she was. She didn't destroy you. She unleashed a version of you that doesn't beg, doesn't chase, and never, ever explains itself. You didn't lose a queen. You shed a liability. What you gained? A fire in your chest, a reason to rise, and a vision of a life so powerful, it demands you never look back. This isn't about revenge. It's about claiming your throne. You're not here to prove her wrong. You're here to build an empire so vast, so unshakable, that she's left watching from the sidelines, a stranger to the kingdom you've created, a kingdom she'll never step foot in again. This isn't about flashy Instagram posts or loud flexes. It's about moving with such quiet, relentless purpose that your progress roars louder than any apology she could muster. You don't send warnings. You don't make threats. You vanish from her world like a shadow in the night, building your legacy brick by unyielding brick. Can you feel that shift inside you? That's the sound of a man taking back his power. Here's the deal. A man who stays broken after betrayal is still handing her the keys to his future. Keys she doesn't deserve. But the man who rebuilds in silence, who masters his emotions, who sharpens his soul into a blade, that man is unstoppable, untouchable, unforgettable. If you're done letting someone who couldn't see your worth dictate your future, if you're ready to become a force so powerful, even she can't look you in the eye, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop this in the comments. I rise from the ashes. Number 1. The fall is where legends are born. You thought the fall was your ending, didn't you? Being discarded, humiliated, left to feel like your story was over. You thought when she walked away, she stole your purpose. But let me hit you with a truth most people never hear. The fall isn't your grave, it's your birthplace. Every king who ever wore a crown first tasted the dirt. Every empire that towered over the world was built from the rubble of loss. Pain doesn't come to crush you, it comes to carve out the real you. When life is good, anyone can flash a smile. Anyone can fake strength when the sun's shining. But when you've lost it all, your love, your pride, your dreams, that's when the real you steps into the light. That's when you hear that quiet voice inside whispering, "What now?" Most men, they crumble. They let betrayal write their story. They drown in anger, sadness, or distractions, addictions, regrets, fake bravado. They become ghosts of the men they were meant to be. But you're different. You're here because a fire still burns beneath the wreckage. You're starting to see it. This isn't a tomb. It's a forge. She left? Good. She wasn't built for the man you're becoming. Heartbreak is the price you pay to level up. You don't climb mountains without spilling blood. You don't build greatness without breaking something first. Loss is the cost of transformation. This is your initiation, not into bitterness or revenge, but into clarity, strength, and a kind of indifference that cuts deeper than any blade. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. Stronger, wiser, colder. Every piece of you that begged for love, it's gone. What's left? Steel forged in fire. Let them laugh. Let them doubt. Let them think they've won. You're too busy stacking bricks in silence to waste a single breath shouting back. You don't chase. You don't explain. You don't argue. You vanish. And when you return, you're a legend walking through the ruins they thought would bury you. The fall didn't end you. It made you inevitable. If you're done mourning what was, if you're ready to build something unstoppable, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My fall is my rise. You've risen from the ashes of betrayal, haven't you? That fire inside you is burning brighter, forging a king who doesn't beg or break. Now, let's talk about the superpower that will set you apart, mastering your silence. Picture this: a storm rages in your chest, but on the outside, you're a fortress of calm, a mystery she can't crack. That's where your true power lies. You didn't just survive her betrayal. You became a ghost, untouchable, with no cracks for her to exploit. No weakness, no leaks, just a quiet, unshakable strength that makes her question everything she thought she knew about you. Emotional chaos, that's her playground, not yours. You're done playing small games in small arenas. You're building in a league she can't even dream of touching. Why let your emotions spill when you can wield them like a blade? Master your emotions, and you master your destiny. Let them sleep, and you're handing your soul to someone who never deserved it. Every time you choose silence over a heated reaction, you win. Every time you pick detachment over desperation, you grow stronger. Every time you sit with that inner storm, heart pounding, mind racing, but keep it locked inside, you become unstoppable. Your silence isn't just control, it's a signal to the world. You can't touch me anymore. From now on, every move you make is deliberate, precise, like a chess grandmaster playing a game no one else understands. No wasted energy on reckless outbursts. No pleading texts or desperate calls. Let her wonder what you're feeling. Let her fear the quiet power you're building. Because when you stop reacting, you become unpredictable, and unpredictable men are dangerous. You're not a slave to your emotions. You're their commander. Can you feel that shift? That's the moment you stop being a boy chasing validation and become a man who needs nothing and attracts everything. If you're ready to lock in, to take control of your world and leave her guessing, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop this in the comments. My silence is my power. Number 3. Her regret is built in silence, not words. You don't teach her a lesson by arguing or chasing her. You don't win her back with words she stopped valuing long ago. You teach her by disappearing, by pulling your presence so completely that the void you leave behind screams louder than any speech you could give. Her regret doesn't come from your sadness. It comes from your silence. It's in the texts she sends that go unanswered. It's in the absence of your energy, your loyalty, your attention, the very things she took for granted. Silence is a mirror, reflecting her choices back at her. When she stares into it, she doesn't see you crumbling. She sees herself, and she won't like the view. Regret needs space to grow, like a seed in barren soil. It can't take root if you're still circling her, trying to prove your worth, begging her to remember what she threw away. Regret thrives in the cold, empty space of your absence, a brutal reminder that life moves on without her. You're not punishing her. You're honoring yourself by refusing to fight for a seat at a table where you were never truly valued. Your silence isn't weakness. It's strategic warfare. Every time you don't react, every time you don't reach out, every time you let her sit with her choices, you're winning. One day, she'll check your page, wondering why you haven't called. She'll ask mutual friends if they've heard from you. And when she finds nothing but your focused, unbroken silence, her mind will unravel. Doubt will creep in. Fear will settle. Curiosity will eat away at her comfort. By the time she realizes what she lost, your silence will have built an empire in her mind, and you'll be too far gone, too evolved, too unbothered to care. You're not here to plead for her memory. You're here to be unforgettable by vanishing. If you're done chasing closure that doesn't exist, if you're ready to let silence do the heavy lifting, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence teaches louder than words. Number 4. Stop playing chess with clowns. Why waste your energy on a game rigged for you to lose? You're out here playing chess, calculating every move, planning 10 steps ahead, while she's flipping the board, scattering pieces, and laughing like it's all a joke. You're trying to reason with chaos, to build something lasting with someone who only knows how to tear down. Stop. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table just because they showed up. Some people are there to waste your time, drain your energy, and sabotage the empire you're building. The moment you realize you're playing a serious game with unserious people, you do the hardest, coldest thing. Walk away without a word. You can't outplay a clown. They thrive on chaos, not strategy. So step off their stage. Let them perform for an audience that matches their energy. Let them laugh, mock, call you cold or heartless. Who cares? You're not here for their applause. You're here to dominate your own life. Stop explaining loyalty to traitors. Stop teaching vision to the blind. Stop offering your royal heart to people who think in scraps. Every second you spend arguing, begging, or justifying yourself pulls you down to their level. You weren't born to sit at tables where betrayal is just another Tuesday. You were born to build something greater, something they'll never understand until it's too late. If you're ready to stop wasting your greatness on the unworthy, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I'm done playing games with clowns. You've stopped playing games with clowns, haven't you? You've walked away from their chaos, choosing silence and purpose over petty battles. Now, let's take it further. Let's build a version of you so powerful that the old games fade into irrelevance. Picture yourself rising from the wreckage, not with noise, but with a quiet, relentless strength that changes everything. You weren't born to beg for someone to see your worth. Your value isn't up for debate. It's your power. Serious men are rare because they don't scatter themselves across every stage. They choose their battles with precision and walk away from the rest. So, step away, not with anger or tears, but with the calm certainty of a man who knows his path. Let them play their childish games while you outgrow the entire playground. Let them drown in their own chaos while you construct a fortress of discipline, peace, and unshakable success. The man who stops entertaining clowns doesn't just win, he rewrites the rules of the game. Can you feel that shift? That's you stepping into a league of your own. If you're done wasting energy on people beneath your purpose, if you're ready to leave the circus far behind, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop this in the comments. I outgrow the games. Number 5. Heal in private, build in silence. The world doesn't get to witness your wounds. It doesn't deserve a front row seat to your pain or your rebirth. You owe no one explanations for your healing, your silence, or the empire you're building in the shadows. Heal in private, build in silence. Move so quietly that by the time they notice, you are untouchable, unstoppable. They expect you to crumble in public, to post your heartbreak, to chase distractions, or jump into relationships you're not ready for. They want a spectacle, a meltdown for their entertainment. Starve them, give them nothing but the echo of your absence. Your healing is a sacred war, fought behind closed doors, where the only witness is you. No Instagram updates, no cryptic posts for your ex to decode, no performances for the world to judge. You owe them nothing while you sharpen your mind, body, and spirit into something unrecognizable. Disappear so deeply into your self-improvement that they start whispering, "Where did he go? What's he building?" Let them sit with their questions in the void you leave behind. Healing isn't glamorous. It's raw, lonely, brutal. It's nights wrestling with demons, refusing to numb the pain. It's mornings when the world feels like it's crushing you, but you rise, lace up your boots, and fight for yourself anyway. Every weakness you slay is a victory no one sees. Every battle you win in the dark builds the man who'll shine in the light. You don't heal for applause or revenge. You heal because you owe it to yourself to become whole. The world only gets to see the finished product, not the sweat, the tears, the nights you nearly broke. When you re-emerge, your life will speak louder than words ever could. Your presence will be your proof. Your aura, a silent declaration to no one but yourself. If you're done explaining your pain, if you're ready to rebuild without an audience, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I heal in silence. Number 6. Attraction is energy, not effort. You don't attract by chasing, begging, or curating perfect posts for her to notice. Real attraction is silent. It's energy, a frequency you radiate without forcing or shouting. Everything is energy. When you're desperate or broken, people feel it, no matter how many fake smiles you plaster on. Your wounds walk into the room before you do. pushing away what you're trying to pull closer. But when you detach, when you pour all your energy into becoming the best version of yourself, when you stop caring if she sees you, that's when the magnetism kicks in. That's when your vibe shifts from "please notice me" to "you'd be lucky to stand in my presence." It's not arrogance, it's certainty, the quiet power of a man anchored in his own reality. Attraction isn't built through effort, it's built through elevation. Level up your body, mind, spirit, and finances, and you'll vibrate at a frequency that fakers can't touch. You become rare, and rare doesn't chase, it gets chosen. You're not here to convince anyone to love you. You're here to craft a life so undeniable that love has to meet you on your terms or stay away. That energy is self-sustaining. It doesn't need validation, doesn't flinch when people walk away, doesn't break when someone misses your worth. When you master yourself, when you redirect the love you once gave to the wrong people back into you, you become a gravitational force, pulling respect, loyalty, and love without lifting a finger. That's the ultimate silent revenge. Not boasting, not begging, just being so undeniably you that your existence sets a standard no one can ignore. If you're done chasing approval, if you're ready to become the gravity in every room, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I attract by becoming. Number 7. Become the man she can never reach again. The old you was too accessible, always there, answering every text, accepting every half-hearted apology, swallowing insults disguised as jokes. You thought loyalty meant lowering your standards. That man is gone, buried in the ashes of betrayal. He had to die so you could become what you were always meant to be, untouchable. Can you imagine the power of a man who sets his own worth and never compromises it? That's who you are becoming, a force so elevated, so refined, that the past can only watch from a distance, forever out of reach. If you're ready to become untouchable, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I am untouchable. You've become untouchable, haven't you? A man so rooted in his purpose that the past can't reach you anymore. Now, let's lock in that transformation. Let's make sure no one who disrespected you ever gets close again. Picture yourself as a fortress, towering above the chaos, built so high that those who hurt you can only stare up in awe, forever locked out. The old you was too easy to reach, wasn't he? Always there, quick to forgive, brushing off disrespect because you thought love could fix it. You stood in the storm of her chaos, hoping your loyalty would calm it. But now, you're not that man anymore. You're crafting a version of yourself so elevated, so far above the noise, that even if she reached out, she'd find nothing but empty air. You're not where she left you. You're light years ahead, speaking a language of discipline and purpose she can't even understand. Why would you stay in a place that no longer serves you? You don't heal by waiting for her to see your worth. You heal by becoming so powerful, so rare, that the conversation isn't even possible anymore. You're not posting gym selfies to make her jealous or updating your stories to prove a point. No, you're grinding before the sun rises, hitting the gym while others sleep, studying while they party, mastering your emotions while they spiral. Every choice you make, every step you take toward growth builds another mountain between you and her. Soon she'll realize she's not just blocked from your phone. She's blocked from your future, your energy, your empire. She didn't just lose a man, she lost a dynasty, a king who loved her purely, and no apology, no tearful regret can bridge the gap your evolution has created. You've become a force so undeniable that she can't even find the door to your world anymore. If you're done being accessible to those who took you for granted, if you're ready to build a life that only the worthy can enter, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop this in the comments. I outgrow what disrespects me. Number 8. Revenge isn't destruction, it's distance. Revenge isn't what you think it is. It's not about shouting your anger or flexing your success to make her feel small. That's just ego wearing a cheap disguise. Real revenge? It's cold, quiet, and devastating. It's the frost of your absence chilling her world more than any outburst ever could. They expect you to rage, to stir up drama, to give them something to point at and say, "See? He's still broken." But when you vanish from their radar like a ghost, when you go silent and leave no trace, that's when the panic sets in. That's when regret takes root. Not in your screams, but in the deafening quiet of your absence. You don't destroy them by trying to hurt them. You destroy them by becoming unreachable, by removing yourself so completely that they're left chasing shadows of who you used to be. You become the ghost that haunts them, not through hatred, but through indifference. A man who chases petty revenge is still chained to the past, still dancing to the tune of those who wronged him. But the man who walks away silently, he owns his future, his peace, his time. Nothing stings more than realizing they no longer have access to a man they thought they could manipulate. Your success, your glow, your unshakable calm, they're your revenge. They're the daily reminder that you didn't just survive, you soared. You didn't burn your life down to spite them. You built a new world so distant, they'll never find their way back. Distance isn't cruelty, it's clarity. It's knowing you don't need closure or revenge fantasies. You need forward motion, upward, without permission or explanation. If you're done wasting energy on those who already lost you, if you are ready to let distance be your victory, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My distance is my revenge. Number 9. The price of disrespect is exile. Everything in life has a price. Loyalty earns access. Love earns protection. But disrespect earns one thing: exile. No warnings, no second chances, no long speeches about boundaries. Just gone. You're not a rehab center for broken loyalty or a daycare for emotional immaturity. You're a king, and kings don't negotiate respect. They demand it. The moment someone throws dirt on your name, mocks your loyalty, or spits on the effort you poured out, you don't argue or beg. You don't waste breath explaining. You exile them, clean and simple. Disrespect isn't a mistake. It's a declaration. It's them saying, "I don't fear losing you." And when they show you that, you don't teach them with words. You teach them with absence. Revoke their access card. Tear up the privilege they thought was permanent. Walk away without ceremony, because tolerating disrespect only teaches the world you don't value yourself. Most men make the mistake of excusing what they should exile, forgiving what they should punish. Every time you let disrespect slide, you signal that your worth is negotiable. It's not. There's no redemption arc for those who laugh while they hurt you. No second chance for those who betray you and call it love. Cutting them off without fanfare isn't cold. It's regal. It's the act of a man who knows his value and protects it fiercely. Who needs closure when you can build a life that speaks for itself? If you're ready to enforce the price of disrespect, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. Disrespect means exile. You've exiled disrespect and claimed your worth, haven't you? The gates to your empire are locked tight, guarded by a man who knows his value. Now, let's solidify that power. Let's build an empire where you make the rules, and no one dares question your reign. Picture yourself on a throne carved from your struggles, unshakable, ruling a life built on your terms alone. You're not heartless for refusing apologies that should have never been needed. When you exile someone, you don't need to shout or explain. You send a message louder than words. My empire is close to you forever. Not out of hatred, but out of love for yourself, a fierce commitment to protecting your peace. Betrayal isn't about you. It's a flaw in their character. But your response? That's your character shining through. From this day forward, your standard is crystal clear. One act of disrespect, and they lose everything. No negotiations, no second chances. Why would you lower your worth for those who couldn't see it? If you're done letting others dictate your value, if you're ready to make disrespect cost everything, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop this in the comments. Disrespect costs everything. Number 10. Your empire, your rules. This time, you're not building for likes, applause, or validation. You're building for you, your empire, your rules. No compromises, no second guessing, no bending to make others comfortable. You decide who gets through the gates. You decide who stays. You decide who doesn't even get a glimpse of your world. The old you craved approval, twisted yourself to be liked, even burned yourself out to keep others warm. That man is gone, buried to make way for the king you were always meant to be. Now, your currency isn't comfort, it's power, control, peace. You don't owe explanations to exes, fake friends, or doubters who never believed in your grind. You're not slowing down for anyone who can't match your pace. Your empire's gates are guarded by self-respect, and entry is earned, not handed out. Your standards are ironclad, your boundaries unapologetic, your time sacred. You don't chase love, closure, or validation. You sit on your throne, perfect your craft, and let the worthy find their way to you or get lost in the dust. You're the architect of your destiny, the ruler of your mind, the king of every battle you've fought. Can you feel that power surging through you? Your empire isn't for show, it's for survival. Built by a man who turned betrayal into a blueprint, heartbreak into armor, silence into strength. Let them talk, wonder, or claim you've changed. You have. You've evolved, and evolution doesn't ask for permission. It demands space. Your rules are simple. Loyalty earns rewards. Disrespect earns exile. Growth is mandatory. Peace is protected. Your life, your energy, your future, they are no longer up for debate. If you're done living by others' terms, If you're ready to rule your empire your way, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I rule my destiny. The final word. Listen closely. You didn't just survive what tried to break you. You built something unbreakable from it. You turned betrayal into a foundation, heartbreak into steel, silence into a roar. You're no longer chasing ghosts or waiting for apologies that'll never come. You are the apology. You are the proof. You are the empire. From this moment on, you never shrink for anyone. You never apologize for demanding loyalty or choosing peace over drama. You move for results, not noise. Let them regret. Let them wander. Let them drown in the choices they made. You are too far ahead, too elevated to hear the cries of those you've outgrown. This is your empire, your life, your rules. If this message strikes a chord deep in your soul, hit that like button, smash subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss a word crafted for kings. This is Stoic Blessing. Until next time, stay silent, stay deadly, stay sovereign.